Unless you've been living under a rock, you have heard about the Bitcoin cycle theory. Now let's have a look at the Bitcoin cycles. Let's have a look at where we currently are in that theory. If we take that theory to its final conclusion, and we believe that Bitcoin tends to do cycle tops every 4 years and cycle bottoms every 4 years, where are we now? Have a look at the chart behind me. This is Bitcoin's price performance since the cycle all-time high. So we are starting off with a bear market and then see a subsequent recovery. In black, we see our current cycle, which would indicate we are just starting off with the rally. We've been going sideways for a while and now we should see the supply squeeze. Now we should go up by a multiple X again. There's a very important thing to note though. Have a look. The very first cycle here in orange was the one that had most returns and that was the fastest. The cycle afterwards is the one here in red. It was the cycle with the second most return. Then came cycle number 3 in blue and that already returned less than the cycle in red. So maybe we don't have another 4 or 5x from here. Maybe we will again be lower than the blue cycle. Next chart, the bull market correction drawdown. So this is now looking at the start of the bull market, so from the cycle bottom, and it looks at how much can the price draw down even though we are in a bull market. We've seen drawdowns up to 60% in 2013, but typically we stop at around 40 to 50%. Currently, our maximum drawdown has only been 20%. This could mean one of two things. Either that massive drawdown is yet to happen, or alternatively, the volatility in general is going down. Because as the market cap of Bitcoin increases, both the ups and the downs, they get muted. It takes more and more money to move the price in either direction. Next, here we've got the true market mean and the short-term holder realized price. The true market mean in blue, the short-term realized price in pink. We can see that the short-term holder realized price tends to be somewhat of a support in a bull market and tends to be a resistance in a bear market. So we should be following the trend. And for the true market mean, we should rather be buying below and selling above. Now, I don't really like to look at the true market mean. My favorite metric is this here, the realized price. The main problem with crypto YouTube is conflict of interest. Too many YouTubers shill garbage, promote garbage, and fill up their pockets in the background. Not this channel. Instead, there's simply the offer where I share my skills, my perspectives to you, and where I also share direct access to me, where you can ask me any questions. Feel free to check it out. The premium membership link is down below. I've talked about the realized price time and time again on this channel. It simply is the average cost base of the entire market. So we look at all of the Bitcoin and we look at when has that Bitcoin last time moved, and we look at the price, at what price did that Bitcoin move. And so we see in aggregate for the entire market, what's the cost basis? Is the market currently in profit? Then the current price is above the realized price, or is the market in aggregate in losses? That's when the price is below the realized price. And what we're seeing is that whenever the price is below the realized price, we've got very nice dollar cost average opportunities over here at the end of the 2018 crash, over here during COVID, over here after the FTX and Luna collapse. Now we are above. How much are we above? Let's zoom in. The current realized price is at 22,746. And sometimes we do go below this. So that's somewhat of a worst case scenario, right? If you go again below 22K, then we would have massive buying opportunities, but I'm not sure if that's actually going to happen. I believe that currently we are in a bull market based on other metrics, such as the stablecoin market cap and such as the ever increasing attention on crypto recently. Next chart, the realized cap drawdown. So on average, the realized price or the realized cap doesn't go down that much, right? It either goes up or sideways, but we do have slight creep downwards whenever we are in a bear market. It's not much, but it is existent. And this chart just amplifies all of this. And according to that chart, we've already seen the maximum drawdown. We should rather be going up. What we can notice though is that the recovery of this realized cap is relatively slow. So we are pretty fast in the first cycle and in the second and in the third. Currently, the increase of the realized cap is slower. Here we've got the numbers measured per day. This time we're recovering way slower than in prior cycles. Now one might expect that when we're already up almost 2x from the bottom, that the long-term holders start to sell, that Bitcoin does become more liquid, that we do see some profit taking. But that's actually not what we see on chain. Have a look at the following chart. This looks at the percent of supply that had been last active 1 year ago, 2 years ago, 3 years ago or 5 years ago. And for 5 years, we don't have much movement. For 3, 2, and 1 years, we do see a little bit of a decline recently, just in the last few days, but just measured from the bottom here, right? We are still up massively in aggregate. The long-term holders haven't sold. There's just very slight profit taking in the last few days only. Here's the number of active entities. The idea of the active entity chart is that you want to be selling whenever there's a lot of attention on crypto, when a lot of people are trading crypto actively. That's when you want to get out, right? You want to get out at maximum attention. You want to get in when nobody cares about Bitcoin. You want to get out when everybody talks about it. And in this chart, we see that we are very, very low in the active entity count. We had been very high when Bitcoin was above 40K and then simply just went sideways. Now we are still very low. So this would again imply that we are not in any hype phase whatsoever. Have a look at this. The average realized profit and loss sent to exchanges. We can see nicely how crypto expands over time, right? The 2018 rally had way less profit generation compared to the 2021 rally. Again, we see a little bit of profit taking, but it's nowhere near compared to what we have seen at the beginning of 2021. So overall, I think the trends are still very healthy. I do believe that Bitcoin is more likely to go up than down from here. There is a chance that we could see a retracement. In case we do see one, then I'm simply going to double down and I'm simply going to buy even more. Fundamentals are sound and the long-term holders in aggregate aren't yet selling. If it's your first time here, feel free to subscribe. I publish videos regularly. A like would be very much appreciated as well. It helps the channel grow. There's also a free Telegram. Link is down below.